Let's start that again. Ooh. I didn't have my stream muted, so got a bit of echo there. Start from the start. Good to see you all anyway. Thought I'd give this another play, because I was messing around with it last week, as some of you saw. I'm sure no one's watching 101. Who cares about 101? There you go. Probably not the best version. Sorry about having the video sound a bit too loud for the guitar, but the problem is that because of the volume difference from where I'm sitting, if I have the video down too low, it's hard for me to hear the beat of the song, so I start playing out of time. Anyway. Yeah. There we go. Hello Kitty guitar's good. It's not too bad, not too bad. It's just a stock one. I haven't changed the pickups or anything. Don't really believe in that. It's alright. If it sounds a bit wussy, it's actually probably the amplifier. I've got under the table here, I've got a Vox Valvetronics amplifier, and it's it's kind of cool. It's got ambient simulators and stuff, so it can do a fair few different sounds, but I mean, it's still only an ambient simulator amp. It's not going to sound exactly like it should. But yeah, it's alright. This gets me through a fair few gigs. It's alright, this guitar. Anyway, so I did that because someone asked me to do some guitar playing on the stream. So start streaming with some guitar, so I did. So that's for you, whoever you are. next time I might do something different. I'll put this away now though. Might get it out later if you guys have guitar questions. So yeah, Marshall amp will get the fuck out. If you feel like donating a Marshall amp to K-Pocalypse, yeah, you're more than welcome. I'll calmly accept. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Gonna just go to the stream questions. Does Bruce Dickinson share G-Friend's work ethic? I haven't looked at this article. From Metal Sucks, which is it's a website probably not that different from my own, actually, kind of the metal version. Although not that I really look at it much, but let's look at him fall over. Oh, he's gone into the pit there. Oh no, he hasn't. He's dropped. Yeah, he just carries on. Yeah, it's very much in the G-Friend spirit of falling over but keeping the show rolling, which is what you got to do when you're performing. So yes, I suppose it is. Let's have a look at the other angle. Oh, we won't be able to see anything from this angle. Is he going to fall? Oh, there he goes. I've seen Bruce Dickinson stand up on top of those fold-back wedges so many times, actually, during concerts, and I've always wondered why he didn't fall off, and now I know that he actually does, so that's good. Is it legal for Hyolyn to perform these songs? She's not with Starship anymore. I don't know what songs we're talking about. Let's find out. I assume it's old Sister stuff or whatever.
1, 2, 3.
I couldn't be bothered going through it, but the thing is, it could be. Depends on the agreement, because the songs still belong to the songwriters, in some sense. So, depends if the company owns the rights to the songs or not. What else have we got? Why do you hate having pride in your nation and being patriotic? Well, I'm Australian. Australians don't really do have that whole number one Australia like some other countries do. And being patriotic is, I don't know, kind of silly, like, because where you're born is just an accident, right? I mean, I was born in Australia, but I could have been born anywhere, and if I'm a patriotic Australian, then I'm obviously going to think Australia's the best country in the world, and I'm going to think that it's better than, I don't know, Zambia or something like that, right? Whereas if I was born in Zambia, then I'm probably going to think Zambia is the best country in the world if I'm the kind of person who's patriotic, and I'm probably going to think it's better than Australia. Now we can't both be right, so somebody's wrong, right? So, but I'm sure in both of those countries is an equal amount of people who think that one country is better than the other, and that's how you can tell that, you know, it's all bullshit, really. I mean, you don't know. Most people who think that one country is the best country in the world haven't been to that many countries, and you know, it's just bullshit. So, you know, I'd rather be proud of. I mean, I'm proud of my writing. You know, I'm proud of being able to play guitar a bit or something like that. I'm proud of the things I've actually done in my life, but being proud of your country is just moronic because you didn't make it. A bunch of guys in suits hundreds of years ago made it, and you know, so you're going to take credit for it. It's stupid. So, I mean, I suppose you can be proud about it if you want, but you're not really being proud of anything you actually did, so it's not very impressive. So, I don't know, do something cool, be proud of that. And that makes more sense than to be proud of something that's just luck. Yeah, K-pop fans is another good example of that. You know, I'm proud of my bias, you know, but it's got nothing to do with you. It's what they did. You know, if someone who you follow makes a good song, you know, they can be proud of it, but you know, why should you be? It's nothing to do with you. You're just the one listening to it. Yeah, or sport. I'm proud of my team. Why? You know, they didn't. And I don't know. Maybe if you're their mum or something, they came out of your vagina, then I don't know. You probably can claim a bit of pride there. But apart from that, no, not really. It's not anything to do with you. Just because you like them a lot and you like their colours and you wear them and you like it when they win games doesn't, you know, you don't really have any claim to pride. Being proud of anything in general is, you know, that's not directly related to something that you did or responsible for is just having a wank. And that's fine. I mean, everyone likes to have a wank, but, you know, don't expect other people to care, you know. Anyway, enough of that. So, that's Australian questions. Yeah, that's true. When your local team wins, people will say we did it, but if they lose, people will say they lost. That's interesting. We versus they. People want to claim the wins, but they don't want to. But when the defeat happens, you want to distance yourself. I think that's true. What else have I got to say? KCON's happening in the US right now. That's interesting. It's not happening in Australia. I'm almost 100% certain that there's not going to be a Australian KCON, which is a bit of a shame. From blogging perspective, because that means I don't get to go over there and, you know, annoy people again like I did last year. Would have been cool, but never mind. So hopefully you Americans are all enjoying KCON, the ones that got to go. Just checking out this link. There's Ellie at KCON. She's looking good. She's really gotten a lot better as she's gotten older, I think. Nice dress and all that.
Are you guys having a good time? Yes.
Yeah, it looks great. A very attractive woman. Now she just needs good songs. One day she'll get a good song again, maybe.
LA is
So, cool. Yeah, she looks great. Which reminds me, I was going to do the bias list last week, but I didn't. I ended up doing this list instead, because I thought it would be a little bit of fun to do this list before I did the bias list, before I updated it. Just so you knew for sure who wasn't going to be on the bias list. And just so I could have a bit of fun. So, but yeah, Ali might get on, maybe. We'll see. I haven't really thought about it that much. I don't really think about this sort of stuff that much. Unlike a lot of people, because, my tastes in women actually aren't very well catered for in K-pop whatsoever. And, so, yeah, I just don't really care about it that much. Surprised to put Yeonwoo on there. Yeah, I don't really care about Yeonwoo. She's just, pretty much all the girls in there, they're just sort of attractive in that generic way. Yeah, I don't know, she just looks like anybody. And yeah, I'm not in a Momo. I can see why people like her, but no, just not into it. Yeah, she's got that sort of preppy, popular high school chick thing going on, which just, I don't know, doesn't really work for me. And I thought it was Chaeyeon, have a bit of fun with her. I was tossing up whether I'd do a Momo fanfic or a Chaeyeon fanfic, but then I had some good stories to share about that, the Momo stuff. So I thought I'll give Chaeyeon the fiction. And I got a name wrong, so if one of you picked that up, I had Chae Young at first. It's because, yeah, just shows how little I give a fuck about these people. No, Nayeon's attractive. Yeah, she's got the whole bunny thing going on. It's kind of cute. Which, she's actually got something interesting about her face. She doesn't look boring. Or, so... Whereas, Chaeyeon looks boring. She just looks like every plastic surgery woman from Korea sort of combined into one. So that's that. What else did I write this week? One more post. It was, the Pentagon stuff. About everyone flipping out over Edawn and Hyuna dating. And basically I rejigged the same format that I used in my IU apology post, for those of you who've seen that, where I'm sort of crossing out the stuff which is in my additions, which to me sort of exposes how I think these people really feel. And yeah, a lot of people like this post, which is good. Hi there, new person with unpronounceable name. Good to see you here. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Yeah, good to be here on the stream. What else is going on? Yeah, Asian Junkie met Dreamcatcher apparently. So I'm waiting for him to write about it. I want to see him write some stuff about Dreamcatcher. So that'd be interesting. What did he write about this week? Can't even remember some stuff. What religion do I believe in? My own religion. I'm busy making up my own. I had Rainism for a while, but then I lost faith in Raina because she got plastic surgery. So, yeah, I'm faithless at the moment, but I'll have to find something. first actual journalism from Asian Junkie since Forever Incoming. Yeah, he doesn't really do a lot of journalism, but that's fine. I mean, neither do I. I do even less than he does. I mean, Asian Junkie, it's a news site, I suppose, but without the but without any of the actual reporting for the most part. It's mainly just opinion. Here's some news. Here's what I think about it, which is, I don't know. It's kind of cool because I like the fact that Asian Junkie is there. It's it's a really good site actually, because it means that I don't have to go and look at all the other sites. It's an editorial blog basically, which is exactly what mine is too, right? Except mine's probably a bit more humorous. Well, a lot more humorous actually. Asian Junkie doesn't really do a lot of humour. Not really. No, not in the sense that I do it. When I was writing for him, that was where the main humour content was coming from, I think. Sean. Sean's song. Have I reviewed Sean's song? I don't even know. I'm just going to type his name in. No, I haven't. If you ever want to find reviews I've ever done, just type in their name into my search bar, which is really good. And if it'll find everything. Like if you type in a group that you like, it'll come up with everywhere where they've been in Roundup and stuff like that. But his song, for a crappy tropical house song, it's actually pretty good. That's the difference between him and Milo. Does he even have he doesn't have a video for it. Oh yes, he does. Oh no, this is not official. I'll just play it anyway. Oh, and it's not great, but it's. But unlike a lot of the other tropical house stuff, it's not just a completely fucking random melody that sucks. It's actually a little bit catchy, so it's not bad. No, it's not great. It's not going to get on the favourites. Don't worry, but the thing with a lot of the fake views and fake YouTube hits and fake charts and stuff like that is that you don't need to keep faking it. You just need to get enough fake hits to lift you up there to the point where you can actually get some real hits, and then the momentum carries on. So that could have been what happened in the case of Sean. Because to keep buying and buying and buying and buying views or likes or whatever the Korean shit is, or streams or whatever, it costs a fair bit of money. But you don't often need to do that. You just need to do a little bit, just to get you above the threshold. There was an article I found that someone linked which explained this a bit. The flourishing business of fake YouTube views. This article talks a bit about it, and I'm not going to go into it in detail. You can read it yourselves. But it's but the whole principle of it is that the fake views can just give you a little bit of a head start, and once you've got that little bit of a head start, then you can run on your own steam for the most part, as if you've got a reasonable product. So yeah. So once you've got it up there, people will play it because it's up there. But yeah, I saw the Sean article, and the funniest thing about it is this is where. So they sing it at the end. Look at Irene's face. He's just like, yeah, whatever. The mask is starting to slip there. Yeah, it's kind of like being famous for being famous. Once you've got a little bit of that fame, it sort of self-perpetuates to a degree. Let's click on the link. Oh yeah, that's the same one. Thanks for that. Yeah, so that sort of stuff does self-perpetuate for a bit. Now, yes, and yeah, Asian Junkie is a dream catcher. So some of you have probably seen Asian Junkie and what he looks like by now, and I'm pretty sure I know what he looks like because some of my sneaky spies told me. But I'm not going to talk about it. So please don't link anything, guys. I'll be respectful of his wishes to remain anonymous, but there's probably some footage out there by now, or soon. Let's talk about Luna. Like I said last week, I thought, and I'm depending on how this goes down and whether people like it or don't like it, I might make this a regular thing where every now and again I just get all the videos from an artist and just play them all and talk about them. So, and I thought Luna would be a good one to start with because they've got some really good looking videos, and it will be good to check that out. So we'll just head over to Luna the World's channel, and just, yeah, it's not really reaction stuff because obviously, unlike reaction YouTubers where they kind of pretend it's the first time they've seen something, you'll know that I've seen everything already, right? So, and that's one of the things I really don't like about reaction videos is that they try and be fake, spontaneous, and pretend it's the first time they're looking at something. And I mean, maybe in some cases they are, but then they have these really exaggerated reactions and stuff like that. So I just thought I'd play this stuff, and you can, and it's not really, I'm not going to react to any of it. It's more, I don't know, just doing reviews and talking about different things. So let's see how we go. Now, how do I separate the actual videos from all the other shit? Official MV, okay. Oh, it's okay. It's got play all here. That's cool. So I can just do that. Yeah. So that's exactly Stigler's reaction. Because when Stigler sees it, you're getting a natural reaction there. She doesn't know she's being filmed, right? Whereas I know I'm being filmed. So my reaction, even if it is the first time I've seen it, it's not going to be very genuine or spontaneous or whatever. Stigler's just sleeping downstairs with my girlfriend. That's where I left her a little while ago before I did the stream. She seemed pretty cozy, so I know she's going to come up there because she likes sort of being cozy and warm. But we'll see how we go. Sometimes she pops in. So let's play all the videos. So here's favourite, which is the newest one. And it's interesting because people are really shocked by sort of how bland it looked. I'll just turn the volume down on the music because we've all heard it. Everyone's wearing the same stuff. It's in a really bland location, and there's nothing really that spectacular about it compared to all the other Luna stuff. And the reason why is fairly obvious. It's because the fact that all 12 girls are in the one room for the first time is meant to be the big deal, so they don't want to distract you from that. That's the whole point. So they've made everything else as simple as possible and as stark as possible, which is really very clever. As far as the song goes, I really like the backing track. The backing track's fantastic, but the all the singing is really not that good at all. It's like it's a really uninteresting song with a very, very good beat. So I mean, I like it from the point of view of being, I guess, I mean, it's really upbeat and it's a good statement of the group, but yeah, as far as just being a standalone song, it's not really that great. People complained about the line distribution in this video and how, you know, different girls got different amounts of screen time. But really, I mean, you've got 12 girls. I mean, you can't really divide up equally. You're always going to shaft somebody with that sort of lineup. And to be honest, the song needs less singing, not more singing anyway. Once the song gets going, it's just constant vocals all the way through, and that's actually the problem with it. It's just too crowded with vocals, and it's such a shame because there's some really cool stuff going on behind the vocals that you mostly can't hear at all. Even in these sort of quiet bits, it's a really crowded sort of song. So I mean, I don't hate it. It's all right. I'd even say it's pretty good, but it's just constant sort of R&B style pentatonic vocalizing. Just really gets on my tits after a while. It's good rhythmically mainly. No, I don't think that North Korea and South Korea is going to have much impact on Ilkwang because they mainly sell to other countries, I think. I think they do a fair bit of arms deals in places other than Korea, so they'll be right. Alright, so we just moving on to this song. It's a terrible intro. They've got the intro to Girls' Generation as G and just basically said, how can we make this even more cringe? And they've totally succeeded. But the song was really good though. I mean, if G didn't exist, and if you just pretend that G doesn't exist and you just listen to the song on its own, you know, it's you know, it's actually really good. I'm not quite sure what's going on in the video. I haven't really bothered to sit down and look at it properly much. But yeah, it's I probably like it a bit better than G as well, simply because I haven't heard it as much. G is such an overplayed song. It's one of the only songs that I won't play on my radio show if someone requests it. So it's just a little bit fresher sounding, so that's good. Even though it's not that fresh sounding because it's such an obvious copy. But then it's E-Tribe doing both songs, so they're allowed to copy themselves, I suppose. And even if it wasn't, you know, it's not exactly a problem. She's not very observant. Yes, not bad location. She's not impressed. Alright, what's next? Egoist, Olivia here. So this is another good looking video. All the Luna videos have got weird theories and stuff. At some point I might do a post about some of the weird theories in Luna videos and put them all in a post. But I'm not going to go through that now because I need time to think up and look at what's actually going on in them. We had to choose one. Basically, hair and women. Would it be Twice or Luna? That's a good question. I'm actually giving it some serious thought because this song is not that interesting. This is not one of the better Luna songs. It's just a bit dreary. I think the most attractive woman out of both of those would be this is the only good bit of this song, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably pick Twice because I got Jonghyun, who's really, really attractive. It's very underrated attractiveness from that woman. Was Luna, even though I've been introduced to all the Luna girls one by one over the course of like 2 years, I still have a bit of trouble telling some of them apart. And I really notice that when I watch their song Favourite, actually. I mean, I can tell Chu and Eve's, but yeah, it's a lot of the other ones. I don't know who they are still. So yeah, Jonghyun's really nice. She's yeah, looks like a lot of she's got a similar look to a lot of 80s American female pop stars that were also very attractive. And you know, I think she works fine with the short hair too. Yeah, this song's boring, let's move on and go to the end. If I start talking about Twice halfway through, we know it's not very interesting. So now we've got Go One with One and Only. This video is really annoying because I don't like the letterboxing. all the way through, either on the sides here or the other way around. I find that a really tedious technique. I prefer it when they use the whole screen, or most of the screen at least. Really, they owe me 60% of the video screen they're not using. They owe me. They need to make another video and use that missing part. So yeah, this song's not that great. Once again, it's got really good visual design. I'm actually really a fan of that outfit. That's great. Actually, I think I should try and get that whole thing and send that to my girlfriend and try and get her wearing something like that. She'd be into that. If I bought her that, she'd be cool. She'd be like, yeah, that looks good. Yeah, the fashions are really good in this video. Like, just a pity that the song's boring. Kinky roleplay session. No roleplay required. But yeah, we'll move on to the next song because there's not much else interesting happening here. Don't want to string for too long and bore myself up to death. And Choose Heart Attack is actually a really... this song, it's a shame that this came out at the absolute 11th hour last year. It probably would have got on the honourable mentions, but I published that list just before this came out. She's really interesting because she's quite distinctive. She's one of the only people in Luna who actually, you know, has a unique sort of look that's immediately recognisable. And I mean, she looks a little bit, I don't know, psychotic perhaps, but that's okay. But yeah, she's a new Boram. Hi there. Yeah, she's got that same sort of role that Tiara's Boram had. I think that if Luna take off in Japan, they'll all really fall in love with Chu in particular. I mean, she's not attractive in, you know, in a odd boner sort of way. She's just, I don't know, interesting, which is, you know, still kind of cool. And this song it's what gets, most of the song's actually not that great, but there's two things that make the song work really well. And one is the bass line in this section is really good. And it just really helps the song a lot when that comes in. The other really good part of the song is the sort of the bridge section, which I'll point out when we get to it, which is probably one of the best bridge sections I've ever heard in a K-pop song, like hands down. And that really just gets a song over the line to such a massive extent. It's almost as good as the bridge section in Lovely's Archu. It's that good. Which is from here onwards. And the transition to here is really good as well. And then I think we have the Eurovision key change after this section when she bites into the apple. So that whole last third of the song is just extremely well done, and that just makes the song so great. After, you know, a not amazing start. I could probably get into the theory of why that all works very well, but it would require a fair bit of analysis and writing, so I won't bother. And I'll probably lose most of you along the way. But yeah, it's just take my word for it. It's a very well constructed song. And we'll just go to the end, so we can move on to the next song. The Carol 2.0. Alright, so this is some Christmas shit. Just skip. Yeah. I don't really feel like killing myself right now, so we'll just skip this song. It's too soon for that shit. I've known some people who go to the Philippines often, and they tell me that in the Philippines they put the Christmas decorations up at around this time of year. Crazy. Hyunjin Around You special version. I don't even remember this. So it must not be that great if I can't remember it. Come on, song, step it up a bit. It's the same as the solo song 2016. Right, well, let's just skip it. We'll get to it when we get there. I have vague memories of the original being a little bit more interesting than that. Now I've got Eve's in New. This is my favourite song from last year. Which is, and I talked a bit about the structure of this song and why it works. And yeah, all the elements in this fit together really well. It's basically just a 4-chord song. I'm down-tuned. Yeah, okay, it's not going to work. I need another guitar. Right, so there's your chords for A minor, D minor, B flat, the whole song. Oh, that's the same. Is that A major or minor there? But yeah, the whole song is just like that. But it's really simple and just really effective. Yeah, there's obviously a connection between this video and the one from by Chu that came afterwards. because she's obsessed with Eve, so she's a lot of that video's in the other video, and it's not very difficult to work out. But whether any of it really means anything more beyond whatever the video directors thought would be interesting to put in a video because it would look cool is another question. I mean, probably not. By the way, I've actually been getting a bit of traffic on my website today from some crazy Illuminati conspiracy theory website who used one of my posts as a reference for something that's not related or whatever, which I thought was pretty funny, given how incredibly stupid all the Illuminati conspiracy stuff is, and how much of a moron you have to be to believe in any of it. But there you go. Which article? I think it was actually a forum. And someone was making some stupid point about something just incredibly moronic, because it's Illuminati conspiracy series, so they have no brain, and they linked my thing in there, which was flattering, but but yeah, it's nonsense, obviously. But I don't want to link to it because I don't really want to, give those people any credence. The people who actually really do control things in the world, when they see people talking about Illuminati, they must be laughing their asses off and going, wow, wow, these people have just got it so wrong. We're obviously free to keep doing whatever we want to do because you're just totally not even on the ball whatsoever. But yeah, as I said last week, if you want proof that there's no Illuminati in the music industry, all you need to look at is how little money the music industry makes. Seriously, if there's a secret society controlling it all, there'd be more people with more money floating around, and it's actually really, really difficult to make any. So, and it's all bullshit because, sorry, I'm not even talking about the song, am I? But the song's not that great, so, people would probably think that this chick here with the one eye it's Illuminati. She's got something over one eye, but there's like a million reasons in the world why you would have something over one eye. Like I had something in my eye before. Was I making an Illuminati signal? No, I just had something. My eye felt a bit funny, Sometimes things actually are what they are. It's incredible. I was trapped in a commuter train with a guy rapping about the Illuminati. Oh my god. Yeah, sad times. That's why that guy was still on the train. That's why he wasn't on a stage. Because, you can lose all this Illuminati stuff. A lot of people use it as well as a bit of an excuse for, I'm not getting anywhere because of the Illuminati. And it's a good way to, keep the shackles on yourself. You know what I mean? Is to blame your lack of success on some mysterious outside force that's holding you back, when maybe in fact your rapping just fucking sucks dick and no one wants to listen to it because you're annoying and you've got nothing really to say. Nah, Illuminati must do this because otherwise Lisa Man would be in jail for fraud. No, that's not Illuminati, that's just general Korean corruption of the garden variety type. Of which there's plenty, and always has been. Sweet Crazy Love, Odd Eye Circle isn't that great a song. It's alright. Yeah, didn't really have much to say about it. Now you got Lunatic, which is a really good song. This is one of my favourite songs from last year. One of the most interesting things about this song is that it's I actually wish that Favourite was a little bit more like this song, in the sense that in Lunatic the vocals are actually pushed to the background. With the instrumental is very strong, and it's very in the foreground, and especially in places like here, the vocals really take a back seat, and that's really what I think. What Favourite, if Favourite was more like that, I think it probably would have impressed me a lot more. Not that it's a bad song, but yeah, the Favourite doesn't really have the strength in the foreground, whereas this song does. It's the instrumental that makes this one work so well. Oh, and yeah, actually come back. You've seen the statement that Luna's new track? Probably not, because even if Tiara do come back, they don't really have that, I don't know, Tiara role anymore, do they? Yeah, I agree with you about yeah, because I come from a rock, punk, metal sort of industrial whatever background, and playing punk bands for years and stuff like that, and playing in metal bands. I really appreciate songs where the instrumental is more at the forefront. Metal fans don't give a shit about vocals. I mean, most of the really, really famous metal bands have got objectively terrible singers. Even the good ones are really quite bad. Someone like Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden is absolutely an exception to the rule. Most of them are not even close to that level of accomplishment. And heavy metal so much about the music itself rather than the vocals, and most metal bands sing because they kind of know they have to, because you know, well, you got to have a voice doing something of some sort. Yeah, maybe Priest as well, but yeah, they're really, apart from those two, there's really very few. I mean, there are some, but not many at all. So yeah, so when I hear a K-pop song that really prioritises the instrumental rather than the vocal, I like that a lot more. And that's also why, you know, when they start going off on a vocal La La Land, I don't really care. You know, I don't really care if they're good singers, you know, girls showing off about how good they can sing, or boys, you know, it's just, I don't care. It's got nothing to do with the music, really. And so here's Girlfriend. Which is not a bad song, but it's a bit screechy. Yeah, don't know if I agree with your assessment of Iron Maiden's history, but you know, if you talk to a lot of Maiden fans, it is true that, you know, people still like the original Maiden singer, which is Paul Di'Anno, who didn't have that operatic sort of style vocal that Bruce Dickinson had. He had more of a punk delivery. You know, a little bit more almost like Motorhead and Lemmy, something like that. And you know, it's you know, and a lot of metal fans really like that early period of Maiden, which is a little bit rawer. But yeah, this is Girlfront here, back to Luna, is more of a vocally focused sort of song, and it suffers a little bit for that. It's alright, I suppose. Yeah, what you're describing about the music taking back, it's a bit like with Mamamoo, right? Because they can sing, they get songs that rely more on their voice, and because of that, they're weaker songs. Because the girls are expected to sort of push more to get the songs over the line. But that's not really how music works, so it doesn't really work like that. So when they try and do that, it fails, because you need to have the song there in the first instance. I have no idea what's going on in this video and why these girls are so happy that they're in a desert. They look like they're in Australia. I'm not sure though, I could be very wrong about that. It's probably America, but in LA, yeah, wouldn't be surprised. LA and where I live has actually got a fairly similar climate. Here's Cherry or Choeri, whatever. Yeah, I've never been to US. My brother's been over there. He went to San Francisco, and LA and all that. But yeah, it's pretty much a city built on desert, I think, which is, not that different to Adelaide, Australia, where, it's actually not desert here, but it's not that far away, it's sort of on the fringe. So we get the desert weather to a fair degree, especially in summer. A long time ago I saw Chinatown in the movie. This video for Luna Cherry Live Cherry Motion is dog whistling pretty hard. By the way, it's actually a pretty sexual presentation of an underage girl, which is fairly obvious. But if you try and point this out to people, who are Luna fans, they all freak out and go, "Oh, you can't say that." But really, it's a bit dodgy what they're doing to her in this. I kind of feel sorry for her when I look at this video. It's probably the most sexual presentation of anybody in any Luna video. So yeah, not sure why they picked her, but then K-pop does that all the time, which I've talked about before, and so, but you can't tell people this or they have a shit fit, but it's true. And I think it should be pointed out because I think it is an issue. But yeah, the more healthy porn for men post that I did a while back is a very good example of that sort of thing. You know, it gives you that same creepy feeling that you get when you watch, you know, underage beauty pageants. It's just a bit wrong. Anyway, we'll just move on. Don't really like watching this video much because of that. You see, you know, all these people on like One Hallyu and that, they sort of accuse me of being immoral, but I'm actually more moral than they are, because I'm actually the one who points out this shit, whereas they just want to pretend it isn't there. Whereas I'm saying, yes, it's there, you know, maybe you should look at what's right in your face and acknowledge it's an issue. What's the genre of the new SF9 title track, Now or Never? I don't know. I can't even remember how it goes now. I'll have a look later, remind me, once we've gone through the Luna videos, which are about halfway through, to bring up SF9, Now or Never, and I'll answer that question for you. This is a song I don't really remember. Oh, because it's a shitty ballad. I like how they got the 1990s Korean music video look going on here with the scan lines and stuff like that. Unfortunately, the song itself sounds like a crappy 90s bloody K-pop ballad, so it fits a little bit too well. I'll skip it. So on. It's such a boring song. This is probably the worst song that Luna have. It's like an old SES song. It's terrible. Only Jinsol singing in the rain. This song's not all that great either. I mean, I'm sort of shitting on these songs a little bit, but then in the same breath, I turn around and say that that they're one of the best groups, and they are. But it's just that even the best groups in K-pop still have a lot of shit songs. You know, just because of the nature of K-pop being what it is. Of course, it's got some cool keyboards, but it's not that great a song apart from that. You know, I hate to disappoint you all, but as far as the whole Dear thing, I haven't even listened to the song that it's apparently copying, so, and I've actually deliberately avoided doing that for now. I imagine that at some point I may actually do a post about that, and I'll have a look at it and investigate it and see if they match up, but which I'm not really looking forward to. Because writing about this stuff is so incredibly boring, and it's always the same situation anyway. It's been a very, very long time since there was actually a legitimate plagiarism instance in K-pop, many years. So I'm sure this is probably going to be the same sort of thing, but I don't actually really know yet because I haven't checked it out. So because it's just like so low on the priorities of shit that I need to do in a day is check songs for plagiarism. You know, I'm the most, even though I know all about it, I'm just the most uninterested in that sort of shit, and that's probably the reason why I'm so uninterested. It's because I know that it's almost always a false flag every single time that it appears. So, you know, if you hear, you know, if you're the person who has to listen to The Boy Who Cried Wolf every day, after a while you just want to slap the kid over the head, right? And that's sort of how I feel. I'm not aware of any software that actually checks for plagiarism. But yeah, I'll make a note. Thanks. Of the choreography. Because yeah, I remember that coming out and being a thing at the time. But yeah, to copy paste a bit and modify is completely fine. It's not plagiarism to do that. You know, you're allowed to. And I mean, whole genres do that. You know, the entire blues music genre could not even exist without plagiarism. Like, you literally 95% of all blues music over the last 100 years would be illegal. If you weren't allowed to make sound-alike copies. So, you know, that's where the whole argument that these K-pop fans have just completely falls on its ass. And you can't copyright choreography anyway, because the whole point of having a dance trend is that you do have the same moves. I mean, like with breakdance, for instance. Imagine if the first breakdancer who did all those breakdance moves tried to claim copyright and all that. Then that would have just killed all breakdancing. There would have been no more breakdancers. And the whole dance trend of breakdancing would have just completely not happened. So dancing has to have similar elements. Like, you literally have no choice but to copy people. It's actually how dancing works. No, I haven't seen that doco. This song's not bad. And, you know, and it looks good. Like, the video looks good. And I'm not really a fan of the girl, but just the presentation of everything is really nice. It's a Blackberry Missile silo. If we do get peace between North and South Korea, imagine how much many new military facilities that BlackBerry will be able to shoot music videos in. I think we should all be looking forward to that. Yeah, I struggle with Kim Lip's appearance. I don't find it that distinctive, but that might just be me being an old cunt. But yeah, this is one of the more memorable Luna videos, and it's got a better song than most of them too. And the setting for it's actually really clever, because very similar to Lovely's Destiny video. This video, he's got a constant circular camera motion. Camera's always going around. You're always looking at something going around, or you're looking at a circle, or something coming in and out of focus this way, or a circle or a hoop of some description. And so they've just, you know, got a railroad track around the whole set, and he's running through that. And yeah, it's quite well done visually. But I'm going to move on anyway and talk about something else. Vivi. Vivi's got a pretty extreme jaw shave. I think they nearly shaved it right the fuck off. Don't know why she's gawking around like a tourist though. You can always spot tourists in a city, they always look up. Yeah, maybe. Jessica 2.0. She looks a bit better than Jessica though. Jessica's a bit bland. Whereas Vivi's got a kind of a bit of an ugly, geeky sort of thing going on, which is really kind of hot, actually. Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to ask a surgeon that stuff. Because, yeah, breast scars are pretty noticeable. I went out with a girl who had breast reduction surgery. And, yeah, the scars, you pretty much got them for life, almost. And, you know, they're quite noticeable. Yeah, I didn't know either. There's K-pop inventing new ways to fuck each other up. Medically, let's move on. I think Jaw Shave Woman's got another song anyway. And that song's not very good. Luna Third's Sonatine. I'm trying to remember how this one goes. Well, some parts of the body regenerate quicker than others. I think face regenerates fairly quickly compared to like the torso, but I don't know. I'm not a medical expert. So this is the yeah, I've never really followed the hype with Luna that much. I mean, I know that it exists, right? So, yeah, I don't really care about that stuff, as you know. So this is basically tango from this point onwards. And they've got very tango inspired sort of dance moves in there as well. Yeah, I guess that's because before Kim Lip there was also the concepts that were a bit more fluffy like this. And then they changed it up with something that was a bit more punchy visually. Yeah, less girls swanning around in white dresses looking all innocent and shit. Anyway, we'll move on to the next song. Vivi, Every Day I Love You. That's pretty funny at the start there. They've got all the Luna singles as cassettes. Even though I'm sure you can't buy them as cassettes. Because cassettes are cool or something like that. They're cool, but no one actually wants to make cassettes anymore because they're the pain in the ass. You know, I mean, I was in the music industry and cassettes were big, and cassette duplication and everything about cassettes is just a fucking nightmare. It's, yeah, just absolute pain. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if some are on vinyl, because Koreans love the package so much, and vinyl these days is so much all just about the package. I actually had a Boa album that was actually slightly bigger than a vinyl record, even though it was a CD, but it was like a 14-inch book. But I actually gave it to AKF when he quit for the first time. I actually posted him all my Boa albums, or my 2 Boa albums, my physical copies, with a thank you note. It's a 12-bit sound. No, it's not. It's just kind of crappy sound. Yeah, well, look, it doesn't really matter because, most people who buy K-pop physical products don't actually play the products anyway, so it doesn't really matter what format they use. This is a very similar concept to Snooper's Platonic Love. It's Snooper's Platonic Love, but from the point of view of the girl who actually works at the skate shop. Yeah, that's what most people do. They'll use it once to get the audio off it, if at all. So, yeah, pity the song here isn't as retro as the visual. They don't really match. The song's just kind of average. Anyway. Moving on. You and Me Together, Special MV. Usually Special MV is code for shitty ballad. But then, maybe not. I can't remember. See how she did the basketball thing and she missed? They're not very good at sport. It's good. It means I like them. I like the custom Luna tracksuit with the Luna logo on it. That's pretty cool. It's much the same setup as Love and Live. That was weird. They had the oh, they're showing the footage of filming from Love and Live, right? I wasn't sure if that was accidental or not, but obviously it's meant to be behind the scenes or whatever with the light reflector. These sort of usually they're look like aluminium foil. These sort of shiny things they're designed to reflect light upwards at your subject, so you don't get things like bags under the eyes or really dark shadows from here downwards and stuff like that. And yeah, it's very, very commonly used in all in pretty much all shooting for TV when they're trying to make you look sort of bright and sunny and stuff like that. Anyway, we'll just go to the end. And because that's a look that's used so often in K-pop, people run around with those things all the time. Sort of under reflector things. I don't know what they call them. There's a word for them. I can't remember what it is. But they're really weird. They make you feel really self-conscious when you've got one there. Because I've been on TV and had them people put them there, and you know, I'm really sensitive to light, so it just pisses me off. But yeah, that's how they make them look so fresh. So this is a really good song. This is in my favourites of the year. It's basically a lovely song. It's similar to Lovely's Art Shoe. Not quite as good as that song, but very close to it and very similar generally. I'm pretty sure I haven't actually seen Batman Dark Knight movie. I don't actually bother to watch those fucking films. I've seen the very first Batman. I saw it when it came out in the cinema, and I saw the second one with my girlfriend about a month ago for the first time. Because, I don't know, she wanted to watch it, and she said it was good. And it was, you know what I mean, because they were the good ones, they were the Tim Burton ones. My girlfriend really likes Tim Burton. So we watched some Tim Burton films together, and that was one of them with the Batman films. What are his dumb questions? We had to save Dreamcatcher from total destruction. Well, I'd probably save Luna because there's more of them. So I've saved 12 lives instead of 7. So I'm a 50, I don't know, that means I'm almost twice a better person. Tell you what I did watch actually is what's it called? Deadpool. That's a film I watched with my girlfriend fairly recently. I watch all my films with her these days. Yeah, it's fine. And yeah, it was alright. It's kind of funny. I thought it'd be a bit better than it was. Not all the humour I liked, but there were enough jokes in it that, you know, even if only 1 of 10 was funny, it didn't really matter. It was okay to sit through the other 9 because the 10th one would still come along fairly quickly. So yeah, it was okay. And I mean, I appreciated the attempt to be more adult, but ironically, even though they were trying to be more adult with Deadpool, I think if I was younger, I would have liked it more. It actually seemed to be more aimed at children. I thought, wow, if I was 13, I would have thought this is the coolest fucking film ever, just because of all the swearing and craziness and violence and stuff. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just jaded. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know. I just wasn't that entertained. I mean, it's not like I'm expecting it to be Citizen fucking Kane, which I don't really like, by the way, but just it was an example. But I don't know, there's certain things that entertain me and certain things that don't. And yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was a bit. Meh. I think it's just the American style humour mainly that just didn't really hit it off with me. It's like after a while, I pretty much knew what all the jokes were going to be. Because it's that typical American style humour, and it's just like, didn't grab me. I mean, probably for the same reason that a lot of people from overseas aren't really grabbed by the humour in my writing, right? Because it's just a different style of humour. I saw The Last Jedi a little while ago and didn't mind it. I mean, yeah, they're not as good as the original 3. Yeah, that's alright. I don't know. I suppose they did what was expected for Star Wars films, but I don't know, that new emo Darth Vader dude just doesn't do it for me. And neither does that Rey chick or whatever. She's a bit annoying. But then Luke Skywalker was annoying back in the day too. I mean, you forget you have rose-colored glasses, but when I watched the original films in the 80s, I mean, Luke Skywalker was always a bit of a kind of a drip. Han Solo was kind of cool, but Luke Skywalker was just like, he's such a fucking douche. The former manager stole pens and sold them. That's yeah, I don't think I'd be into that. I don't really get underwear fetishes. I think it's creepy. I mean, as soon as underwear is removed from a woman, I lose interest in the underwear. And I've sort of lost interest in this song too, which is kind of dull. So we'll just skip it. I think this one's boring too. The reason why they didn't really take off at first is because a lot of it was just this really sort of pedestrian, strummy, mid-paced. Oh, it's the same song pretty much. Let's just skip it. There we go. This song's not bad. I like the sort of the big band vibe. This is definitely one of the better early ones that they had. I mean, if someone like IU did this, it'd be huge. Hello, how you going? And it works pretty well. Certainly more interesting than the last few songs we just had. Anyway. Oh my god, those singing frogs remind me of Meet the Feebles. If any of you haven't seen Meet the Feebles, you have to watch that film. You can probably, it's one of those films that's kind of so old and crusty and obscure now that you can probably just watch the entire thing on YouTube. Yeah, I was right. Here it is. So, after the stream's over, just make sure you watch that film. All of you have to watch it by next week if you've never seen it, because it's an old film from New Zealand. It's done by Peter Jackson. He's the guy who did the Lord of the Rings films, but this was done a bit before, and it's basically a parody of the Muppets, but they all like do sex and drugs, and they're in organised crime, and it's just really, really good. Yes, it will be on the test, so make sure you study up. Where am I? I'll go back to, there we are. Oh, look, Meet the Feebles actually had quite good production. I mean, it's in terms of being a Muppet film. It's quite well done considering what it is that they're taking the piss out of. But you have to watch the whole thing. Oh my god, this fucking Christmas shit. Let's skip this one. Are they going to do the Carol 3.0 this year, I wonder? Probably. We're probably going to keep doing that every year. That's all. I mean, this one is, I think this is the one where she sings inside the bombed out plane that was probably destroyed by Il Kwang's own munitions, especially for the video. And this isn't a bad song either. I mean, it's a slow song, but it's what saves it is the orchestration. And once again, it's sort of a semi-tango sort of thing. Do you know Twice? Well, yes, obviously I do. Yes, I think we all know Twice. We are aware of their existence. They were the subject of discussion a little while ago. Well, they melted a whole ice field just to do that shot there. Yeah, so she's surveying the damage from Il Kwang. Yeah. Who's that dude with the short hair? I know that's her, just with different haircut. Doesn't quite suit her as much, but oh well. But this is a really nice looking video. Very exploitable. You've met K-pop fans who haven't heard of them. Yeah, very strange K-pop fans to have not heard of what is easily the most popular girl group in Korean pop right now. I suppose maybe other female fans probably don't follow the girl groups. Maybe some of them. I don't know. But trust me, I've heard of them all, so yeah, it's kind of what I do. Yeah, it was a Choa style hair, wasn't it? Choa from AOA, a little bit. Although not quite, because she's got the layers going on. Oh wow, she smacked it down with a piece of ice. That's rude. Luna promotes violence. Let's just move on to the next song in the list. We're probably getting to the end of the list now, actually. Hyunjin, Around You. Okay, we've got two more. Oh, this is the one with the creepy oversized animal heads. I'll just skip the bit where nothing happens. Yeah, some fans are weird in that, they're very insular and they're only into certain things, which I find very strange. I mean, if you're actually into the music for the music, wouldn't you want to try and listen to as much music as you could, or at least find other artists who were similar to what you liked or something like that? But I think a lot of people who are into K-pop don't really have that attitude because they don't really care about the music at all. You know, I think they just care about following a group, like following a sports team or something like that. It's got a more tribal element rather than caring about music. I mean, I don't really care about music, and that's why I listen to this stuff at all. It's because it is music, and I like music. And that's really where my interest in it begins and ends. I mean, yeah, I'll talk about the girls sometimes. I don't really care that much about that stuff. And, you know, for anyone who reads between the lines of my fat posts or whatever, that should be pretty fucking obvious. You know, at the end of the day, if they've got a good song, it's alright. And if they don't, then oh well. Anyway, this song's a bit dull. So we're going to the last song now in the list. This is Heejin and Vivid. I'm just going to skip the acoustic version. Oh, hang on. There's whoa. I should have I forgot about this one. Notice how these dresses in here, this sort of style was recycled for some of the later videos with Chew in them. This song's actually pretty good. Even though it's got this sort of sassy sound and you've got these really young, incredibly non-sassy women singing, it looks a bit odd. But hey, that's alright. Yeah, Koreans tend to do this thing where they just follow one group, and that's really weird because the songwriters all write for different groups, so there's no point just following one group. You're kind of locking yourself into the potential of having to put up with some really bad music, and that's why I can't do that. Anyway, we'll skip this. Now I know what it sounds like. It's the same song we had before, so we just go to this one. This is the last one that I'm going to do. This is the first Luna one that came out. I mainly remember this one for the spider that crawls across the girl's face. And yeah, this song didn't make a huge impression on me when it came out. I wasn't that thrilled by it. So, yeah, there we go. It's not a great song. So, anyway, so that's really the end of the stream. thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed me just talking about Luna videos for a while. If you want me to do this with another group, then just let me know. Put it in the stream requests, and I might, or if you want me to cover anything else in particular, let me know. I'm happy to, make the streams go in any direction that I think you guys might find interesting. And someone asked me a question about SF9, so I'm just going to quickly bring up SF9's Now or Never and talk about that for a bit. Because someone asked what genre it was. Although I think I'm just probably going to tell you it's K-pop. Oh, actually, the rhythms in this remind me of a particular subset of R&B known as New Jack Swing. Those real sort of busy rhythms. Although it's a different feel here. This is just more of a straight sort of pop techno sort of sound. So it's a combination of those elements, but it's not really any specific different genre as such. It's not too bad a song, I guess. I saw this group when they came to KCON in Australia last year, and honestly I thought that they had the better songs out of all the groups. So, yeah. It's not too bad, I suppose. It's not a great song. It probably works well live, but I don't know, just as something to listen to, it just doesn't quite get over the line for me. It's something really good, but yeah. Looks good though, good visual design. It's well done. Anyway, that'd be it for me. I'm not going to do a game stream because I've sort of talked myself to death a bit here. Running out of 2 hours of yakking. Need a rest of the throat. Or I'll turn out like a bomb. I'll be back next week. I'll do another stream then. Radio show on tomorrow, and there'll be more posts about this and that, whatever I can think of. So, thank you all for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed yourselves. Goodbye.